Two nations, two ideologies, one impossible goal. At the height of the Cold War, the United States and the Soviet Union weren't just racing for power on Earth, they were racing to the moon. When World War II ended in 1945, two superpowers rose from the ashes, the United States and the Soviet Union. The US, a capitalist democracy, believed in freedom and open markets. The USSR, under Joseph Stalin, stood as the face of communism and strict state control. Both nations emerged with immense power, advanced technology, and a rivalry that would soon dominate the second half of the 20th century. And this rivalry, it wouldn't just stay on Earth. It would stretch all the way to the stars. The Cold War was underway. In 1949, the Soviets tested their first atomic bomb, proving they could challenge America's nuclear supremacy. Technology became the new weapon of pride. Then, in October 1957, the world gasped. Sputnik 1, a shiny metal sphere, became the first artificial satellite in space. The Soviets had beaten America to orbit. A month later, Sputnik 2 carried Laika, a dog, proving life could survive in space. For America, this was a wake-up call. Fear spread. If the Soviets could put satellites into orbit, could they launch missiles from space? In response, the US created NASA in 1958, a new agency with one mission: to catch up. The 1960s marked the peak of the space race. The Soviets kept the early lead. In 1961, Yuri Gagarin became the first human in space. 2 years later, Valentina Tereshkova became the first woman to orbit Earth. But America had ambition. President John F. Kennedy stood before Congress in 1961 and declared a bold vision.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
With those words, the moon became the ultimate prize. The USSR invested in their Soyuz and N-1 rocket programs. America poured billions into the Apollo program, led by Wernher von Braun and his Saturn V rocket. This wasn't just science, it was national pride. The moon was no longer a dream, it was a battlefield in the Cold War. By 1968, America had closed the gap. Apollo 8 became the first crewed mission to orbit the moon. And then, on July 20th, 1969, history was made. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin stepped onto the lunar surface, while Michael Collins orbited above. Armstrong's words echoed across the world. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. The Soviets, meanwhile, struggled. Their massive N-1 rocket failed in 4 consecutive attempts. Their dream of planting a red flag on the moon burned up in fiery explosions. The race had a clear winner, the United States. The victory was more than symbolic. The Apollo missions advanced technology in computers, telecommunications, and materials science. America solidified its image as the world's leader in innovation. The Soviets, though defeated on the moon, turned their focus towards space stations, pioneering projects like Salyut and Mir, which later contributed to the International Space Station. The moon race changed not only the future of these two nations, but also the future of humanity's journey into space. But not everyone believed it. From the 1970s onward, conspiracy theories claimed the moon landing was staged. People pointed to waving flags, missing stars, and suspicious shadows. The truth? Over 400,000 people worked on the Apollo program, too many for a secret to hold. Apollo astronauts brought back 382 kilograms of moon rocks, studied by scientists around the world. And even today, laser reflectors placed on the lunar surface bounce signals back to Earth. Science leaves no doubt. The moon landings were real. In the end, the moon landing remains one of humanity's greatest achievements. Some deny it, others accept it. But the bottom line is simple. In July 1969, the United States did what once seemed impossible. Whether you believe it or not, that decision is yours. So tell me in the comments below, do you think the moon landing was the greatest leap for mankind or the greatest hoax of the century? If you enjoyed this journey through history, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more stories from the past that shaped our world. Until next time,